Soon to be Australia's largest producer of antimony is Larvotto Resources. And here to tell me more about the plant and operations update, as well as a couple of other projects they're starting to move into, is Ron Heeks, the Managing Director. Ron, it is a pleasure to see you again. How are you?
Great, Shay. Always a pleasure to be here.
We just don't talk enough, Ron. So I'm going to change that today by talking about your antimony and gold plant over in Hillgrove, New South Wales. Look, I know the plant upgrade is underway. How's it looking?
It's looking very well, Shay. We're tracking very well. We're on time and on budget. We've got MIQM on the build. We've got Bar operating underground now and doing a bit of cleaning up and tidying up, and they'll be into mining. We're doing some raise boring at the moment as well, some works around the site. Yeah, everything's coming on very, very well on site. Very happy with how it's going, and on time and on budget to get into first production mid-year with commissioning starting end of July.
Okay, so there's a lot happening over at Hillgrove. Now, one of my favourite areas in the country to talk about is actually Mount Eyre and looking for copper out there. You have a project out here. What's Larvotto doing?
Well, Mount Eyre was where we started. We still think that the potential around Mount Eyre is spectacular. We've got 1,000 square kilometres of ground out there. We're currently doing due diligence on a very advanced project. In fact, it was mined by Mount Eyre Mines back in the 70s and 80s last century. So we're very interested in that. We're doing DD. We did some drilling on that just prior to Christmas. We haven't got the assays back for that yet, but they should be very positive, and we'll pick that project up. That's a very near-term production story. We're only 50 kilometres from the gate at the smelter in Mount Eyre, so that's a very easy one for us to move into production in the very near term. It's on a mining lease. It's all good to go. So really looking forward to some interesting stuff there. And of course, copper at all-time highs, nearly 20,000 Aussie a tonne at the moment. So spectacular.
It's a great time to be chasing copper up north. But now sort of heading in an anti-clockwise direction, let's talk about Eyre in Western Australia. You've got a rare earth project out here, and we haven't touched on it much because antimony has hogged all the headlines. What's some of the work being done on out here?
Well, we've just completed another round of drilling specifically for metallurgical test work. We've selected some samples there to undertake that met test work. That's in progress now. Metallurgical test work on these types of things take quite a while, so we'll look forward to updating people on that. But our previous exploration drilling did identify some of the highest grade rare earths in clay deposits around. We're sort of at percent level where a lot of others are in ppm level. So it's a pretty exciting project. It's a slow burn on the back for us. Hillgrove is obviously the focus. But we've been there since the beginning, and we're just progressing it along slowly now that the build team has taken over on site, and the people back in the office in Perth have got time to start looking at other projects. So both Eyre and Eyre progressing now.
Listen, Ron, it sounds like there is a lot happening at Larvotto. Be sure to come back on and give us future updates.
Looking forward to doing that, Shay. There's a lot going on, so there'll be more coming.